be projecting my voice that much. This is real me. It's one I've not wanted to show ever. It's depressing, and I'm talking about some real heavy stuff. If you want to watch it, by all means, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's a harsh, bitter reality to be addressing these things. I have long COVID. I've had long COVID for 11 months now. I had it once before in 2022 for many months. Long COVID is a very new topic. COVID is nothing new. I know everyone pretends like it doesn't exist anymore, and that was a thing from 2020 and 2021, which is sad. I get hard trauma that the world, all of us have had to deal with in different ways. Some people speak fondly of that time, that 2020 was the best year, streaming and gaming, and we got to chill at home, but like millions of people died. Millions of people are still affected to this day. I lost my Uncle Chris to COVID in 2021. I lost my grandma to COVID within a couple weeks of that in 2021. My Aunt Jackie just passed away this spring. We're talking 2024. She died of a more rare, very serious blood clot that I believe was as a result of a COVID infection prior. Will we ever get confirmation of that? No. But when COVID increases your likelihood of blood clots by 10x, and all the reports and studies suggest it, it makes sense. I've lost friends. I've lost YouTube colleagues. As I just said, the family. I've lost a lot to COVID, this stupid disease. And now I too suffer from it and will never be the same thanks to it. And thanks to my choice to not wear a mask during the filming of my movie this past fall. So I just wanted to, this is a lot to cover. For those who don't understand what long COVID is, basically after you get the acute infection of COVID-19, there is now reports, this is by the CDC, that 3 in 10 people, 3 in 10, so around a third of people, have had long COVID at some point. Basically that the COVID symptoms are lasting longer than that initial infection. It just boggles my mind that millions of people died. The entire world locked down. Like something out of a history book or a movie.
Very chic.
The thing happened.
Nothing like a bourgeois bank robber to remind me of how strange Los Santos has become. In my day,
by the grace of God or whatever, the virus became a little bit less lethal, right? Suddenly it's not killing as much in that initial acute period. Thankfully, we have vaccines and all that. Or, I'm sure that happens, right? You mentioned COVID and all the vaccine people come out. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I had the vaccine. I had 2 Moderna shots when they first came out in 2021. Had some initial reactions there, but then was fine. I was good for a year or two until I actually got COVID. I had a very small family gap, and it was after COVID, I got COVID in 2022, that I was sick, I was fatigued, I had a fever, it was miserable, I had sore throat, and that proceeded for 3 months.
We're not going in, we're not...
In what planet, or in what time in your life, do you ever remember being sick for more than just a few days or a week? We're dealing with something that we still have yet to fully understand. And again, and I want to say that anyone watching this can extrapolate whatever they want from it as you will. This is my personal experience, and I'm not editing this video. This is just a raw thing I need to get off my chest and just update you guys on what's going on in my health and just provide some awareness, because if I can help somebody in the long COVID community, or anyone that's been affected or lost family, or somebody going through what I'm going through, maybe this helps. But yeah, anyway, sorry if it's scatterbrained. But yeah, I'm not providing any research or whatever. All of this, guys, just go on Google, double check the things I'm saying, and you'll find within 10 seconds validation, and plenty of research, especially even by the largest governing bodies in the world as it relates to health and research. Although all these things have been heavily stigmatized and there's so much misinformation. But anyway, back to my personal experiences. 3 in 10 people have long COVID. Basically, the symptoms last longer than the initial infection, which is crazy to me, that somebody could be sick for months just from COVID. And that once you're supposed to get better. Your immune system's supposed to fight back. However, it overwhelms the system so much and kills these T cells, all these immune cells in us, that you'll see all these other infections, even cancers, all these other things rise. Again, I'm not a doctor, right? This is my experience and everything that I have researched. Because I'm a nerd. I'm chronically online, so I've seen all this stuff. It kills your immune system and does damage to all organs in your body, and it's an infection that you don't want. And so I had it once in 2022, was very sick for a week or so, started to feel a little better, but the fatigue lasted for months. And anyone that knows me, I'm probably the healthiest person that I know. I was regularly working out, lifting, running pretty 25 minutes for 3 miles, perfect diet, fruits, vegetables, lean meats, whole grains, the whole nine, right? A lot of sleep. I track my sleep religiously, super healthy person, and it knocked me on my ass. Everyone's different, right? Like, why me? Why the healthy person? I don't know. Does blood type play a part? Does your nervous system? I don't have all the answers, but I got messed up by it. And it took, I would say, around 3 to 6 months till I started to feel like myself again. I would say it wasn't until the 6-month mark that I actually would say I felt normal. It was then following that I decided to shoot a feature film in fall 2023, and I spent a considerable amount of time on camera with somebody who had COVID. I wasn't aware of it, and really got exposed to a lot of viral load, and
so,
I got very sick.
I
immediately had a fever, the highest fever I've ever had in my life.
We're
I was 104, and I lost consciousness. I actually was walking to the bathroom, I barely moved, and I walked to the bathroom, and then all of a sudden, I blacked out. Healthy 31-year-old, completely blacked out, hit my head on the top, in the bathroom. And then I wake up, and my girlfriend's splashing ice cold water on my face. I don't know what's happening, and then I black out for a second. In her hand, like in her arms.
Another good question.
It was a quick one, and I come back.
Like a
terrified. I had a traumatic brain before, 10 years ago.
Well,
I
this
was
bank's got some safety
literally bedridden for 6 months, and so I was definitely afraid this was going to give me second impact syndrome.
No one's going
Hitting my head on the tile. Thankfully, I got better.
Security
The fatigue and the disease itself lasted a good 2 weeks, right until I was filming the film, and eventually I didn't get better, but I got enough to tolerate it and to get back and finish the movie. We had a crew, and we had to get it done. The show must go on. And after I finished the movie, we went right into post-production. I was one of the people responsible for. I was responsible. And so, granted, there's stress, but I'm used to levels of stress, and I handle it very well. As I said, I'm a healthy person. And I feel the need, I have to say these things. People be like, but there's no way, right? I get it. Trust me. It's very hard to confront, because I, too, was like, well, he must have had something going on. He's a workaholic. He was probably stressed. He probably wasn't sleeping as much as he said, and it's that, whatever. Everyone's going to assign their stuff. But I'm telling you, I thought I was the exception, too. Until I got time. And it seems like everybody at some point has been getting humbled, whether it's personal, whether it's somebody in their family, all of a sudden a fluke medical thing happens. And they don't know why or what, and they're left with so many questions, and you can usually point to an infection happening around them. I'm not saying all cases, but it's something, hey, be mindful. So for me, I pushed through the film, and then suddenly, it was a month after I was like had COVID initially, I started to just feel very, like, even more fatigued than ever. I started to notice, like, my food wasn't coming out digested, like, fully digested. I started to get this pain in my upper left abdomen, and I started to, like, get really, like, lose consciousness, which is just insane to me. And I would just be talking, and then suddenly I'd get short of breath, and I just have to stop and slow down. It all came to a head. I'm just sitting watching the loss of my girlfriend, and suddenly I just start blacking out. I'm just sitting there, casually. Did nothing. I was just blacking out. I tell her to call 911, get rushed to the emergency room, and they find out my heart rate, for whatever reason, is just going ancient. It's just going crazy for no particular reason, which is terrifying. It is still terrifying.
Hey, it's Lester. The place looked good.
I have this extreme pain in my abdomen, right here, kind of like under my heart. They're doing all the skin, ultrasound, blood tests, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm blacking out for literally like 3 days straight. I stayed multiple days in the hospital. They did CT scans. Didn't find
where on a job,
found nothing.
Will depend on
Every mention
as the job gets more complicated, so will uniforms. If you're likely to be seen by civilians, you'll be provided with a couple of masks.
No respect whatsoever.
There she is.
This virus killed millions of people. People are still dying today.
I should be
3 in 10 suffering from long COVID. And every freaking doctor I've ever talked to, and I'm in New Jersey, and then I was in PA, no mention of it. They act like it didn't even exist.
Come on.
They act like it's not even possible that somebody could feel. What world are we living in? We clearly have two very different perspectives on reality.
Is it all there?
And so I got gaslit the whole time.
You want to get out and check?
Which I've had medical stuff in the past for other things, and some of you guys know what I'm talking about. The gaslighting is
Thank you.
always the case. And so you always got to be your biggest advocate and keep pushing. I got no answers, and thankfully, for whatever reason, it subsided just enough where I could get kicked out of the hospital and go home and just lay in bed for months, which is exactly what I did. It got to the point where I was already very skinny to begin with, and I dropped 20% of my body weight because I couldn't get any food down. My body, and any food I did get down, it was like crackers, white rice, mashed potatoes, bananas. It was to the point where some of it would come out undigested, and I would have immense pain going through my body. I would have diarrhea, then suddenly I wouldn't, and there'd be mucus, and I would just feel so tired at all times where I couldn't leave bed. I couldn't leave bed at all. When I would stand up, dizzy, and have to sit back down. I was not functioning. My parents, and my girlfriend. I wanted to address the happy anniversary. I wanted to do this video in this room because thank you to Ashley, because without my girlfriend and having like a strong support, I genuinely don't think I would have made it. Like genuinely, like it's something so hard to describe, but it literally felt like my body was shutting down outside of me. Terrible. Like everything was just closing off. My brain was shutting down, my heart was shutting down, my heart was going so hard. And it was starting to get to that point, like, yeah, I had to start figuring out my ability. Seriously. And I created it. Because it was that, I didn't really do it that bad. But yeah, thank you to Ashley. It was just our 5-year anniversary. And please, guys, I hope you have that right support system. If you don't, feel free to reach out to comments. Because I know what it's like to a extreme degree. I feel extremely hard. So anyway, months goes by, and I'm able to eat food. 12 gain, and to fill the gaps too. All of that health problem, it leads you down in the medical system. It's growing rapidly, and it ended up getting an abdominal surgery. It led to me getting a colposcopy, led to me getting multiple CT scans, healthy doses of radiation, and I have MRI scheduled. It's not scheduled because I'm still like, I think it's been everything that I've done, everything that I've done has come back negative. Even the surgery. It was an elective surgery because I was convinced that they might find something. Just please, I need something. And they found it. And it's gotten to this point where I'm very confident that it is nerve damage. Specifically my vagus nerve heart rate, playing my regular heartbeat and going crazy. It controls digestion. Digesting food, and I think it calls gastroparesis, where it's not digesting food, everything's at a standstill. And COVID is known to impact that things. It hits everything. I think it hits that especially. And so, I've been going very slow. I've learned a lot over the last month, especially as it relates to like the nervous system. You know, we live in a world that is dominated by the sympathetic nervous system. You know?
I'll look after this. Lester will come
Keep
by your
going,
place when
keep
you're ready.
pushing. You know, even as it relates to everyone on social media, just, you know, brain rot and just super fast. Then the parasympathetic is rest and digest, and it's slow down, and it's the only way to heal and recover. And I think it's very easy to get sucked into society, get sucked into that rat race. And the parasympathetic, which as it relates to all these important functions, needs to be nourished. And to do that, you have to go slow like a dang turtle and a sloth. And that's exactly what I've done. Problem is with nerve damage and just the nervous system in general, and just people with long COVID, is sometimes it can take a long time to recover. Sometimes you don't. I know a lot of people still suffering years later after their, you know, infection from 2020, 2021. And now I'm in the ranks. And it kills me that I'm not better. It sucks. I've wanted to get back to regular content for all you guys. I'm still so fatigued. And I'm just grateful, though, that I'm able to get food down. Like, I wasn't able to digest fat. And that's a new thing as of the last few weeks. Like, my body can finally digest fat. I can finally get nutrition in. And that's been crazy. I still have immense pain here. I'm still tired. I need a nap. I sleep a lot, and then I still need a nap to get through the day. I'm with myself. We're finally filming this video and finishing the movie for the most part that I've been working on. And thank you guys, the audience, for all the support. And, you guys mean the world and help me get through this time. But I really just wanted to end this with just an open conversation, really. I don't know when or if I'll be, like, normal again. I hope so. I'm going to do everything I can, still keep up with the nutrition, the sleep, and all that. And, guys, I would just encourage you to really value your health as much as possible. You know, time is the great equalizer of life. And it almost, in some ways, whether you spend your time trying to achieve great things as I have, or you just spend your time chilling, relaxing, the time passes regardless. And I just hope that whatever you do, you just make sure that you're doing it with health in mind and balance. And please take COVID seriously. I know it might not be something you want to hear, because nobody wants to hear it now, but everyone thinks they're going to be okay until they're not. And everyone takes health for granted until they're hit with a very uncomfortable scenario. If you have loved ones that have been affected by this, you know, or you yourself, or, you know, you have family members that are immunocompromised or are older, please be mindful.
Ah, your first time. You know, the first times, well, it's never easy. There won't exactly be fireworks, you know. It'll be vaguely awkward and disappointing, you know? You probably stick the wrong thing in the wrong part, and you'll finish too early, and you won't be able to make eye contact afterwards. But new worlds will open up. Something will have changed, you know? New opportunities, new risks.
Up my arms and butterflies in my stomach and a light film of sweat on my upper lip. Back and maybe set up a life invader page
go to visit them. You know, my grandma passed away in a care facility because one of the nurses or technicians or whatever came in and gave her COVID. I mean, I never felt more at risk than while I was at the hospital itself. No, none of the medical staff are wearing masks, yet they're talking to sick people. And then they're coming in, they're going to other people that are unwell, not with that. And because they became the stigma of wearing masks. I've heard people literally say masks don't work. And be completely dead serious when they say that. I'm like, do you just not believe in common sense? Like, and I have to clear that. I just have to clear that up. Yes, they work. Believe it or not, there are these invisible, to the naked eye, bacteria and viruses all around. We don't see it. We don't know there's everything there is. And you can get sick by it. I'm going to get into the origin. It works. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's been so much dumb shit spewed about it. But yeah, construction workers wear masks themselves from breathing in dust, fumes, etc. And doctors wear it so they don't spread bacteria or virus. And that is a protective measure. And a lot of people, like, it's a shame people got made fun of for wearing it. Just for what? And it's like, I encourage you all to try not to just follow the bandwagon or what people think is cool. As somebody who has made their entire livelihood off of, bucking the curve.
I've got my getaway guy waiting for you on San Trudeau Bridge. He's got a plan for the cops if you can just get there. Guy's name's Eddie Toe. He's a professional. He'll take care of everything.
I made a living on the at a time when everyone made fun of me. Thought it was silly if we didn't know clear. Well, I made millions of dollars off that thing that everyone laughed at. I said the same thing for cryptocurrency and any other fact that ended up being the best thing that I've ever done. And I've been a huge advocate for health and many things, and I've gotten made fun of throughout my life. Oh, all you drink is water? All you drink is water? That's ridiculous. Jesse got up and ran, and you like money? Like, people make fun of people, so like, you're eating broccoli and salad? Like, people make fun of people for the dumb, like, you can make the healthiest choice you can make fun of for. So, if you're wearing a mask, make sure you do it. Because you might not take care of it without it. I haven't been there. I wish I wasn't going to be masked in front of the camera for the movie, which sucked. Like, there was no way around that, but at least when I was, like, off camera, I should have been wearing it, and it's a regret I'll have for the rest of my life. It sucks. And where does that leave me now? You know, I want to make content. Trust me, guys, I hate having to say, like, guys, I'll be back, and then I'm not. I just don't feel well. I haven't seen many family members. I haven't seen really many friends. People ask me to do something, and I'm like, I can't. I don't feel well. And even if I'm feeling well enough, I don't trust most people because they've lied about where they've been, who they've seen. And I read the data, and because of my experience, 11 months in hell, almost dying of all my medical issues, I don't know what happens if I get COVID again. I really don't. And not for the cumulative damage and the risk. Because I'm quite content with just trying to live my short, quaint little life. So if you're wondering where people have been in videos, or, I'm on COVID. And, it sucks. It's never enough to have to say no to even, just family gatherings, parties, things, but it's sadly the reality that I have to play by. This is my world. This is my reality, my life. And when I let other people dictate it, it's led me to trouble. So I have to to go with my instinct here. This is something not to be messed with. It's something that we may find years from now. We're already finding that the long-term effects are devastating and can't get back the help that you once had. Anyway, everyone who's watched this whole thing, I love you. Thank you. And if you enjoyed how raw this was, maybe I'll do more like this, promises, and maybe there's going to be a movie coming out soon that'll give you that fix that you need from me back when I was feeling a little better. But beyond that, I don't want to do anything. And if anyone dealing with this stuff again, feel free to reach out, leave your stories in the comments. I have a feeling that me putting this out there, it's going to unlock a lot of people feeling comfortable enough to be authentic with their stories, how it's affected them, their family members, and I think we need more of that to talk about. And I should have talked about this a lot sooner. So hopefully, me having the courage to address an uncomfortable topic, there will be some support, and this is not an easy thing to talk about. It's always a little pride. But this has been the hardest struggle of my life, and I wasn't sure that I'd start to feel any better, and it kills me to see all the loss over the years. It's been a bad dream, and I do fear for the future.
Yes, it is the holiday season.
I do fear for
and Daddy's out drinking.
the people in those situations that end up getting thrust upon this bad news or this virus, or all of a sudden you get a text or a call, and something happens, and guys, I'm with you. Love you, Jake, to death. Get rigid. And if this gets exposed to people that are outside of my audience, thank you for finding me. And we are all in this together, even though it might not feel like it sometimes, but the more we converse, hopefully the better this becomes, and we can all start to actually be able to talk about it without people being like the ick or whatever. All right, I'm out of here. All right. Bye, guys. I almost forgot this last piece, and it's just, there's so much to cover with this, and there's gonna be a little snippet after this, but like, I've been called paranoid so many times, and that is so rude, disrespectful, and dismissive for being called that, because you're not me. You don't know what I feel like inside. You don't know my life, my health, and it's extremely rude. Like, even when I had another medical mystery back in 2016, I was in immense pain for a good year, and there were people close to me that were like, I wasn't sure if he was genuinely suffering or not, and like, that hurts. Like that, like, I just want people to kind of open their minds and hearts to people potentially going through stuff that is not readily visible, right? It's like, if somebody comes to you and says that they're depressed or that they're going through something, we got to hear that person out. Why? What are they making that up for? This concept of paranoia. Like, I mean, sure, I guess. Like, we're all going to die at some point, and we're all taking precautions every day. You brush your teeth so you don't get a cavity, so you don't get an infection. So you try to exercise, you try to eat right so you don't die early or get colon cancer. Like, you wear a seatbelt just in case you get into a car accident. Are those decisions paranoid? I remember it was like the story of the guy who sort of invented the concept of hand washing. Like, I'm pretty sure they like put him in an asylum or something. Like, people that are doing things that are outside of the norms, yeah,